Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cooking Haydens. I'm Car Boot Chris. This is Bargain Bell. And welcome back to another Monday night, 8 p.m. show. We are here every week. I hope you've had a good week and all your sales are going well. Anything to say?
No, not really.
Okay.
No, hi guys. Thanks for joining us as always.
Well, is that it? Bloody hell. Okay, we're going to do beat Bell to the bottom in a second. You've got 2 minutes to get all your hellos in because we're going to say to as many, Bell's going to say hello to as many of you as possible in 2 minute flat.
Can I just wind it up now and just say, hi everyone?
And hopefully she'll manage to say hello to all of you.
It's not going to happen.
But before we do that, coming up on tonight's show, tonight's topic is I never do this. And you guys can join in as well if you want. I'm going to talk about things that I never do when it comes to reselling.
Oh, I was going to say, change the toilet roll. Straight in the bed when you get out of it.
There's lots of things I can say that you never do. But we won't go there.
Go on then.
No.
Pick one.
No, we
Just
can't.
one.
We can't
Just
live on air.
Just
we
one.
Can't. Trust me, we
Just
can't.
one.
We've got This Is Heavy. We've got 2 lots of This Is Heavy to play. We've got some thank yous. We've got an oh no tonight. Lana will be glad to hear. We've got an oh no to do. The duck race, share the love, and lots more. And in between, we will say hello and chat to as many of you as possible.
Lisa said, I think it's just a man thing.
What do you mean, a man thing?
It's even worse, though. They don't just not change it. It'll sometimes stand the new one on top of the old one. Just, why?
There's loads of things I could say.
What did you leave with the other day? One sheet of toilet paper.
Yeah, and I shouted out and I said, I left you one sheet so that when you have a wee, you can do a little dab. Anyway, listen, this is gutter talk now. We need not to talk about this kind of stuff. So are you ready for your beat Bell to the bottom? Get your hellos in now because your 2 minutes starts
Tory,
now.
Pros Independent Trading, Wanted Traders, Infinity Jewels, Goat Jazz, EB Resales, Rachel Nash, oh, come on, Andy, Chris Tyler, Pros Independent Training, Ella. Oh, there's been a lot of chat going on between people, so I'm struggling straight away. Secret Harper, Flipping L, Tap Peddler. Left-handed Hummerburn, Steve Jackson, Hillary Rhodes. Oh,
I'm just reading the chat at the bottom.
Duck Rabbit, that's a new one. Thomas Pete, Laura Ra, Bang Bang Duck, Limelight Vintage, Chris and Matt Sells Stuff, Emsden, Jason Coyle, RJS World, Janie, Jason Entwistle, Brooke, Mickey Resell, Yorkshire Mitch, Cherry Jane, Fix It Breeder, hi mother-in-law, Guzzy67, 111, Cherry Jane, Stephen Walker, Delboy Dan, Bill the Moon, Helen, I don't know if I've said John at YLM, Simon Paul, Space Invader, George Ellison, Ian J, Talia, Lisa, Night's Life, Oliver Ian, Jack of all trades, Bell's Craft Corner, Joan, Flogsome Togs, can't get that right, Bell's Craft Corner, George Ellison, I'm pretty sure I've said these, Monkey Thrifter, Greg, Kimmy Kitty, Only Cool Stuff, Fix It for Reselling, Guaz, Celia, oh, come on, Nafinity, GT Pre-Love, Phil Higginson, Fluffy Muffin, Claire Plant, Ian J. I'm at the bottom.
That's it, cut.
I'm at the bottom. There's just one that's popped up. Deborah.
Oh, well done. You did well there.
Deborah. Yeah. That one threw me. 1-1. 1-1. 1-1. Yeah.
And Deborah was the last one there.
Deborah was the last one. All the others.
Deborah Nardone.
And I can't say Flogsome Togs. Why can I not get that name right? Change your name.
Oh, only cool stuff. So John Wick 4 today. Oh, cool.
I haven't seen
Cool.
1, 2, or 3.
I think you probably have.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen any of them.
Well, you've seen one, you've seen them all.
1.
Hey, here we go. Right.
I've got a headache now.
Welcome, everybody. I saw some of you having a joke before about what we were talking about.
What, you and your toilet roll? Or
Mhm.
not?
I purposely left you one sheet. Now, is that not is that not thoughtful?
No.
I put it down as being thoughtful.
I did say Kathy, didn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
Kathy said I didn't say her. She was listening. You said Cherry twice. I
Well,
thought
you said it
I
now.
thought I had Kathy. So sorry. Hi.
Damien's never watched a John Wick movie.
I don't know. I've never watched one.
Cherry says new haircut.
Yes, it's getting shorter and shorter. I'm slowly working my way up to shoulder length. So yeah, thank you.
Can you believe she actually paid someone to do that?
It did look all right, but I've had a bath and tied it up, and now it's all a mess.
There you go. Infinity says one sheet does plenty. There you go.
Not the
You should
sort
have
of
been
toilet
grateful.
roll we get. It doesn't.
In this day and age,
No.
we have to save money where we can. So only one.
And we do save money because you buy the put your finger through the toilet roll thin paper. So you definitely need more than one sheet for anything, including a drip. So yeah,
I don't think so.
One sheet is not enough.
Oh, we're not going there, Matt. We're not going there again. We are not. One sheet. Thank you. Everybody's sticking up for Car Boot Chris tonight. One sheet's better than the alternative. Or you'd have to. Or if I left nothing, right?
No,
hang on.
If you'd have
let
got
me finish.
rid of the one sheet, you'd have put a whole toilet roll
Let
there.
me finish.
But instead, I had to waddle to the cupboard.
Let me
to
finish.
Get the new one.
If I left none, you'd have to do the waddle of shame.
I did it anyway.
Oh. Okay. Anyway,
how did you know it wasn't a number 2?
I don't know. I
And
know
then
what you like. I know. I can set my clock by it. Anyway, this is terrible. Hi, Celia.
Rolled up socks. Oh, those were the days when we were younger and we had no toilet roll taking your socks off. We've been there, done that.
Poor Belle just put an empty tube.
When Chris comes in.
Oh dear.
I'm going to put a whole stack of empty tubes in the cupboard.
Now listen, stop talking about toilet rolls and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Del Boy Dan said we used to hide the loo roll at my old job and write good luck on the last sheet. Being all blokes, most would sit down and do the business first.
Exactly, Santa, the waddle of shame. That's what I call it anyway.
Yeah.
Right, listen, I think we need to start off the show with a good old competition. So are you ready for the first one of the evening? Are you ready for this?
I'm not ready.
Well, you will be in a second.
Great Scott. I know, this is heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy.
You can run that.
Are you ready, me ladies, to help me out? What's the first?
Ladies, there's gents in there as well.
The blokes never help me out.
Oh, right.
I'm team girls here.
First one is that.
Okay. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, gorgeous. Hiyo, baby.
Right, are we ready for this? So here's the rules of the game in case you've not played it before. I'm going to show you an item. I'm going to briefly describe it. And you have to guess the weight of the item. It must be in grams. So if you think it's more than 1 kilogram, then you need to say like, you know, a kilogram is 1,000 grams. So if you think it's 1.5 kilograms, then you need to put 1,500 grams. And the nearest person will win a prize in the post from me, anywhere in the world, anywhere, don't matter where. And
did you say it has to be the closest under and not over?
Yes, under and not over. You cannot go over. You go bust if you go over the price.
Laura Raz.
Over the price. Price is right.
Laura Raz, I only get one go. Yes.
And you only get one go. If we see your name more than once, you might be disqualified. I'm being very strict this time.
Joan loves this game.
Right, are you ready for the first item?
Oh God, here it goes. I get palpitations
Help-
playing this game.
And help Belle with
The closest.
who won it. Come on, Cooks, get down.
Oh.
Right, here we go. This Terminator head, he is from Terminator Salvation, and he is a special edition Blu-ray, believe it or not. And he's made of plastic.
And he has the Blu-ray in there.
And the Blu-ray is in there at the back. So you have to guess the weight in grams, please. If you're international, just do a quick conversion on a tool on internet or something.
Cooks.
Get your guesses in, because I'm going to start a 10-second timer in a second. When I write end in the chat, any entries after the word end will not be counted. And it is in our chat what we see. It might not be the same as what you see. So here we go. You've got 10 seconds to get your guesses in now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I'm to type it in, so you've got an extra 2 seconds. Right, there we go. And no more entries. Belle's just trying to figure them out. There's always one that comes in after all sorts. What are you playing at? Eileen, you're late. You've had plenty of time there. You know what it tells me? If you're late putting in your weight guess, that tells me you've been Googling it.
Right. So I think I've got the closest. Okay. So correct me. I do apologise if it's wrong, but I think I have. And the answer was 968.
968 grams. That's what it weighed.
And the closest was Oliver Ian.
No.
At 950.
950. Has he got the same bloody one?
I was quite thinking because a couple, I think Kathy put 986. Oh, had you put those digits the other way around, it would have been exact. I think there was 2 that gave that one.
Close.
But yeah, so that was obviously over the 986. So yeah, 950, unless anyone can correct me.
Can anyone confirm that Bella's correct at 950? It is pretty heavy, Lisa, yeah.
Boom, Oliver says, boom, send me the head.
You don't win the prize, you know that, Steve.
Oh, hang on, Dave Rhodes is telling me he said 976.
When?
So Oliver Ian, you might not have it. So go back and tell me if you can see a David Rhodes at 976.
Is this where you've cocked up again, dear?
I don't know. This is why I say people give me a hand.
9.
I can't even see it, David Rhodes.
No, don't see that number, David, unless you're taking the mic.
I can't even see one from him before the
976 was after the end, so I didn't even see it, to be honest.
No, that's
966.
That says 966. But yeah, you know, so I haven't missed it then, have I?
No, you were too late, David. I see your comment, but you were too late. You were after end was written. So yeah. Little Steve is the winner. Well done.
I was right.
Never pen.
Yay!
Little Steve. I'm writing it down so I don't forget. Little Steve will get a prize in the post. Keep your expectations
Oliver,
very low.
bloody hell, you don't usually see this much VAR. Oh, thanks, guys.
VAR finally working correctly. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, Ollie Webber put 986 as well. I knew there was 2 people that had put it because I remember looking, thinking, oh, if them digits were the other way around, they'd have had it spot on. Thanks, Joe. And Bella's the winner. I got it right. You don't know how much anxiety this game causes me. We're not playing this for a long time.
Why?
Because I'm scared with the numbers. Here, as much as I dislike the little gate at the moment, well done, bud. I saw the short video. It was funny.
It's not just that, he's been hiding all kinds of stuff in his house.
This week's prize, the final sheet of loo paper.
You know what would have been funny, little Steve, if you'd have hidden a pair of women's knickers in Steve's spare room somewhere.
I'm sure that wouldn't have been funny if Lana would have found them.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
You have a sick sense of humour if that's the case.
This week's prize, the final sheet of loo roll. Yes.
I've just read that. Oh, are you splitting it back in?
I've got it. It went. Don't worry, guys. It went down. Thrifty George, welcome. Cheers, everyone. Chris was looking to award. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, what should we do next?
Don't know what's on your list.
Should we do an oh no?
Go for it.
We've not had an oh no for ages, have we? But this is a biggie. Well, it's a fairly biggie for me. So here we go, because Lana will be mithering within seconds for this.
Oh no.
People just love to see me make complete cock-ups, basically, don't they? So here we go. Yes, Lana, there you go, especially for you. Right, last week we were talking about rookie errors, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
You remember? And this rookie error I must have made it because he messaged me on the Friday, the buyer. So I must have made this rookie error literally maybe the day after the show. And you all said it.
His own advice.
You all said it as a rookie error, and I made it myself. So it just so happens that Big Steve is a big fan of the Transformers, as we know. And I sold a Transformer last week. And I went to pick it.
You sold it too, Big Steve?
No.
Oh.
I went to pick it, and I accidentally picked the wrong Transformer. Didn't check it. I just thought that I picked the right one. I had two that looked very similar. And I picked it, packed it, thought everything was okay, sent it off, and I got a message on Friday to say that they'd received a Transformer that wasn't the one that they ordered. So I had a look in my stock, and indeed I had not been concentrating, and I picked the wrong one. So I apologized, and I told them they could keep the Transformer, the one that I sent. I said, don't send it back, just keep it, and I'll send you the correct one. So I'm about 15 quid out of pocket for that little mistake. So yeah, rookie error, which goes to show that we all make rookie errors. Still, if you don't concentrate when you're picking things. So yeah, there you go. That's my oh no. So the correct item went out yesterday. Hopefully they'll be very happy that they got 2 for 1.
Infinity Joe said, I had an oh no earlier, sent a buyer parcel with the wrong number on it. It went 3 doors up, and they hate their neighbour. Bye parcel.
Oh God.
Oh no. Lana's got her oh no before 9 p.m. And next on your list, somebody just pointed out they wanted, Lisa wants comment of the week.
I've not got a comment of the week this week. I ain't got one. I replaced it with an oh no, Lisa. Sorry about that.
Oh, you can't have both.
Yeah, you can't have everything.
Can't have both.
Bloody hell. Oliver Ian said they do, Steve, they all look the same. That's what I'm having trouble with. A bit like, Jurassic Parks are all the same. All the Transformers are all the same as well.
Lana says they are robots in disguise after all.
Yes.
Well done, Lana. I like it.
No, I didn't build and mean, but it's a good one.
Nash, sorry, Rachel. Rachel said that she did the same thing with a top today. Tonks, Bell past Crystal's glasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't know. Definitely needs hearing aids. I'm not sure about glasses.
Okay. Yeah, so there you go. Oh no. Okay, let's just move straight into this week's topic. We've hit it early. It's 21 minutes in and we're already on the topic.
We're normally saying hello by now.
Normally we're in like 45, 50 minutes, but I feel like, we're doing well on tonight's show. So tonight's topic is all about things that I never do as a reseller. I never do. I've got a little list of things that I could think of today while I came up with a subject. So things I never do. Now, also, you guys can join in as well. Tell me things that you never do as a reseller. Now, not jokey things. You can do some jokey things if you want, but I'm thinking of genuine things that you never do. And to give you some examples, I'll give you my list now, and then we'll move on to you guys. So here's a few things that I never, ever do. So the first thing is I never use business policies on eBay. A lot of people do. I hate using them. It came up in our Discord chat today about business policies and what a big old mess it is. I never use it because I like to utilize the bulk dispatch times. I like to edit my dispatch times in bulk, and you can't do it when you use business policies. I don't like using them. So I never use business policies. The next thing on my list is I never put packing slips in my parcels. I know a lot of you do. I know Emsden do because I've bought stuff off them and they send me the item with a packing slip in.
We also get sweeties.
And sweeties and all sorts of goodies. But for some reason, I've never gone down the route of packing slips. And it saves paper, it saves ink. Maybe sometimes I think maybe I should, because if something gets damaged on the outside of the box or the label gets damaged, at least like they can open the box and they can get the address again.
Does that say poke the breast?
No.
Oh, poke the beast.
So I never use packing slips. The next thing is I never poke the beast.
Poke the breast.
I never poke the beast. Now, you might not know what I mean by this term, but right, okay, here's an example of never poking the beast. So if your item doesn't arrive, if you don't hear anything off your buyer, and your tracking is showing that it's not arrived or it's not, it's not updated the tracking, I never ever message a buyer and say, did you get your item okay? I never message and prompt people. That's called poking the beast. And I never do that because that normally leads you into problems. Most of the time, people get their items, and sometimes that tracking is not updated, but they still got their item. But if you poke the beast, you might end up shooting yourself in the foot. So I never poke the beast. Also, I never...
There's a lot of stuff you don't do, isn't
I
there?
know. I never work either. We'll get to you guys in a second, so keep your things coming in. I never pay for void fill. So the stuff that you put in your boxes and your packaging to keep things safe and stop it moving around, I never pay for it.
Because I don't want to know what you do to get all your free papers. I stay out of that one.
I get free papers from a lovely paper lady in Brixham who rings me up every now and again and says, Chris, I got some papers. So I use mostly papers and
no, it's very kind of her.
Recycled stuff. Neighbours give me loads of boxes and stuff. So I never pay for void fill. Sometimes I pay for boxes, but not void fill.
I had to shout through the door cam yesterday while I was at work. I had to shout through the door cam because our lovely next door neighbour's daughter was stood on the doorstep looking very awkward with a pile of boxes, and Chris hadn't even heard the doorbell go. So I had to shout through the door cam from work to say, just leave them there.
I didn't hear it go. The last thing, and then I'm going to let you guys take over. The last thing is I never cancel orders because somebody has zero feedback. I don't even look at what feedback people have. I never cancel orders for zero feedback. I saw a post today that someone had shared where somebody had cancelled an order or 2 orders for zero feedback. And I just don't know how
do
people
these
deal
poor
with that
new
stuff.
people get onto
Exactly.
eBay and start buying?
And not only that, a lot of people with zero feedback are coming from Google searches, and they might not even be registered on eBay, and they're checking out as a guest. So that's, never cancel an order for zero feedback. I've never done that in my entire reselling career. Anyway, that is my nevers. So let me try and get back up to all your nevers, and we'll start chatting about it.
The first one that we got was DB saying, I never do give partial refunds if the buyer demands one.
Okay.
Thrifty Georgie says, I never jump into someone else's car at the car boot. Does that mean you have?
What, you mean like jump in like to get a lift home? Or
Kathy says she never jumps. Rachel says, I never take photos of myself wearing the clothes. Okay.
Some people on Depop do, don't they?
Some people here
And
do.
Vinted.
Some people here do.
I have, but and I'll have you know, the item's sold.
It did. And my dignity went with it.
Your dignity?
Yes.
Mine?
Yes, as your wife.
Yeah, no one knows you're my wife.
I do. Lisa says, I don't use it either. I like using bulk. I never put slips in either. Guy King, I never leave feedback until the buyer has left feedback.
You see, now I'm the opposite to you there, Guy. I have feedback automated for when someone pays, I leave feedback straight away. And the reason I do that, and Jason T. Smith sort of taught me this, and he kind of changed my mindset in this. He said to me, well, once somebody's paid, they've done their bit. So at that point, they deserve their feedback because they paid. So I changed it. And to be honest with you, I don't think it makes much difference either way. But since I've changed it, I've never had any problems. So I always just auto feedback after somebody is paid, because as far as they're concerned, they have fulfilled their obligations as a buyer.
Tonk says, I love business policies, make things so much easier to bulk edit postings such as rural areas, extra charge. Tonk says they never send invoices. Chris says never leave the house before 8 a.m.
I knew there'd be some funny ones.
GTC's, controversial. Always use I always use a packing slip. Had a parcel arrive once that wasn't for me with no packing slip inside. I had no idea who'd sent it or what to do with it. Jason says I never go to car boots naked. Thank God.
Good idea.
George says I never accept stupidly low offers.
Fair enough.
Peter Ray, only use business policies the last 2 months and it's not without fault. I also add packing slips.
Oh, okay, Peter. Another packing slipper.
Reselling dens. Just listening and bookkeeping. Goat Jazz says poke the bear.
Oh, I always say beast.
Fixit says I never sell a console that I haven't cleaned internally. Apart from an Xbox 360s, they're shite.
Oh, okay. So you clean every console all the way inside. Oh, that's interesting.
Lisa says I wait for the sellers to contact me.
Yes. No. Yeah. Never poke the beast or the bear, according to Goat Jazz. I like beast. It's better.
Prozza says I'm never listing on eBay again.
I believe so, but I reckon you'll be back. I do.
Aaron says I never ever sell for friends and family on my account.
It's an interesting thing that, Aaron. We talk about this a lot, and you know, there's a few people I know in the chat or I know that watch who actually do sell for other people. Yeah, I'm reluctant. I would rather say to that person, I'll buy it off you. I'll give you a price for it, and I'll just buy it off you and take responsibility for it, and then it's mine to sell.
Chris calls it poking the fire.
Oh, you see, people have different terms for it. Yeah.
Joan says, I never leave the description box empty. I had lots of details. Even on media, I put DVD, synthesis.
Well, even on media, you do that, Joan. Oh, you do go the extra mile on that. I don't put any of that on media. But I do. You never leave a description empty.
Quite a few people say they never contact the buyers.
Poke the beast. Never contact buyers.
DB says I also never check tracking on a parcel unless a buyer messages me with a problem.
I never check. Never check. You can't keep up with it all, Damien. You can't, and then you just worry yourself when things appear not to have arrived, when chances are they have arrived.
Infinity says I never expect that on eBay chat. I'm going to speak to one person at least 3 times before I'm in the right department. Jack of all trades says, question: have you ever bought something from, say, a charity shop for 99p and listed and sold it on eBay for much, much more and sent it off with a price tag still on the item? That was a rookie. That was last week's rookie show.
I don't think I have done it.
Is that like sending your birthday cards with the prices on the back?
Similar, yeah, but a bit different when you see a tag for 99p and then you've bought something for £50.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a rookie error, but it's easily done. It is. The only rider I would say to that is if it's a vintage item and it's got the original vintage price label of 99p, then I always leave it on because it's kind of part of its history. There is a kind of point in time where you think, shall I take it off or shall I leave it on? Like if it was like 5 years ago, I'd probably just take it off. But if it's clearly like a 90s item that's got a 90p price tag on it and you're selling it for 50, it's okay to do that. It's okay to leave it on.
He just means the charity.
I
shop
know,
label.
but I'm just expanding on it.
Brooke says next week will be a short live because it will be what Chris actually does.
Short live, not a short live.
That's what I meant. Guy says I never pay for boxes I get from the post office and recycling. George says never put just one label on a parcel over £20. I always put 2 labels.
I went through a phase, Geordie, of putting 2 labels on, but I didn't really find any major benefit in doing it. So I stopped doing it. But I went a fair few months of putting 2 labels on. But no, I don't do it anymore.
Joan says I never do auctions unless they finish on a Sunday night. Goat Jazz says that's where all the loo roll goes to void fill. Tap Peddler says never piss in your backyard, i.e. buy on Facebook and resell on Facebook. I'm repeating what they're saying. That's not come from me.
Okay.
Fix It says I never get a refund from Royal Mail or Parcel Force.
That's probably true. Or if you do, you're lucky to get them in stamps.
Question from Kathy says, what are you going to do for papers when you move? The same thing he's done the last 2 times. He'll send little notes out begging people. He put a Facebook post out when we moved here, and that's how he's got his lady in Brixham, and he got a lady in Paynton. So he travels out every month or so, don't you, and goes and collects what they've got for him. So we'll just do the same when we move.
Yeah, well, hopefully the place I start with immediate neighbours, because that's the easiest thing, isn't it?
Write little notes to everyone.
I write a note to everybody on the new street, and I'll say, if you've got any, please, leave them on my doorstep or something. Or
I've also got an eBay page, and I'll give you a discount.
Yeah, I always give people a discount. And then if there's no luck there, then I'll put something on Facebook. But I'll start with neighbours first, because that's the easiest thing, isn't it?
Santa says I never win any duck races.
Oh, my heart bleeds for you.
Monkey Tisha says I never list on eBay gum.
No, nor does anyone else.
Space Invader, I never write an essay in description box, just a few words is sufficient. Tonks, I never slap customers, even though there's been some I've wanted to.
Fair enough. Joan says she's just sold something to a 0 feedback. Nothing wrong with that. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine, Joan.
Guzzy67 says a guy at my local boot sale we call Greedy Guts once opened a car door seeing a box of records, and the lady said, do you mind my handbag is in there? Terrible. Greg says Greg says they never ask for feedback.
Yeah, I don't ask for feedback.
Reseller Den's absolutely an order is an order. I never cancel mine either based on feedback. I get nervous but never cancel it.
I don't even look, to be honest with you. I don't look what feedback they've got. You've got to trust the process, haven't you?
Yeah, Cliff Bone says 0 feedback is when someone checks out as a guest.
Exactly, yeah.
And Affinity says, I never do all the things you said.
That's good.
Bell says, Tam says he never pays for packaging or void fill, gets free boxes from his work, and mum and dad, gran, auntie save all their newspapers for him.
That's good.
He says hi, he's sorting through stock and listing.
Very good.
Hi.
Limelight says, Chris never lets Belle tell us their big news.
Yeah, no.
Tap Peddler never lists using the app. Does anybody else never list using the app? I never list using the desktop. You see, we're all different. We all have different processes and different ways of working and different sort of things that we like to do and what we don't like to do. Yeah.
Mr. Crummy says, don't cancel orders. The Germans will be after you. Also, never tell them your name. Laura Aaron, never leave an empty toilet roll.
Oh, here we go.
Eileen never asks for feedback. Tap Peddler never sells on eBay Go.
Yeah.
Fix It, I never take photos on my phone.
Oh, you see, I never take photos with a camera. This is a bit like your whole
yeah, I know.
thing that you didn't understand last time. What was it? What were we doing?
Negative.
What did we do?
The positive.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called now.
Yeah, there you
Unpopular opinions.
That's the one.
Yeah, Belle just could not get it all night when we finished. Well, we were sat in bed, right, and she was still trying to figure out what we were talking about. She just suddenly started saying.
I even asked her around work as well the next day.
she just suddenly started saying. So how does that work? I don't get it. John says, I am not anything but professional on eBay messaging, no matter how much of a knob is on the other end.
Once Love Treasure says, I never send out orders without them being signed for. Nor do I offer free postage. I'd rather have a bit of security for me and the buyer than attempting to cut costs.
Fair enough, yeah. And Tap Peddler says, I never insure my items. All right, Cooks, come on, go sit down now. Come on, go sit on Cookie's bed. Go on, Cookie's bed. Mikey says, I never, like you, Chris, ask if the item... Yeah, never do that. Never. It's just going to ask for trouble. Steve says, I often think what Belle thought when finding those 3 pairs of rolled up socks and those
cycling
leggings. Oh, yeah, the photographing. 3, it was 4 pairs, wasn't it?
Lindsay and Alvin's joined us. Hello.
Reseller Dens never pays for boxes. My sister works for a garden centre. Oh, that's good. Soul Step says, never decline an offer, just counter.
GT says, oh no, I'm not with you on the feedback. So many nightmare buyers. After the items arrived, I've got mine set to auto only after the buyer has left me positive feedback.
I've never had a problem with it, to be honest with you, GT. Never.
Reseller Dens always use packing slips.
Yeah.
John Hodges says, I never, as a seller, leave feedback for a buyer unless asked. What do they want me to say? Congrats for paying. Oh, Tap Peddler, I never watch Car Boot Chris videos. Oh.
We are not friends anymore.
Lana says, I never offer £4 on a phone.
Well, that's because...
Is that another dig at you?
That's because Lana's obviously made her money. She's getting paid too much now.
Wee Woo says, yes, friends and family for boxes. Prick GT says, I never haggle in charity shops.
I have done, but not often. Only if I'm buying like a big job lot of stuff. Sounds like that would be good in a drinking game with the Haydens, Lana. Tap Peddler never uses a tape gun.
I still have nightmares about the sound of that tape gun when you used a package in the bedroom. And I'd be trying to go to bed and all you hear is... Oh my God.
In the early days.
It's awful.
Cherry Jane says, I never send an offer that I wouldn't like to receive myself. That's a good point. Yeah, fair.
Dippin Williams has joined us.
Hi, Dippin. Every time I see his name or her name,
their name,
I always think of Dippin' Dots. I love them.
You do.
Dippin' Dots. Oh,
love them even more now you're on a diet.
I could just love them. Yeah. We're doing
Slimming World.
We're doing Slimming World at the moment. I lost £2 last week.
We're not bad. We only need to lose like half a stone.
We don't need to lose a lot. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
For holiday.
Lisa says, I don't think selling for other people is worth the effort.
Well, I've never done it. I don't like the idea of it. But I know some people that watch and are in the chat do. And do well at it. So
Flipping L says, I don't print packing slips either. I don't have posting days. I tend to get them out ASAP before I get the where is my parcel message.
And 11 says,
hard.
I never offer delivery for Facebook Marketplace.
No, you tend to get people to collect, don't you?
Just collect only for me.
Reseller Den says, I sell for other friends at 50% commission on profits. Only had one, mind you.
And Delboy Dan said he's been lucky, never bought boxes, just picked them up on recycling day on the school run. Get free papers, only buy tape and bubble wrap, never use packing slips, never use skew, so can't find anything.
Flogsome Tog says, I had a thank you card, but no packing slip. Secret Carp said, I never list on eBay gum. Kathy said, the decline button is wearing out, little Steve.
Tam says he's never been accused of stealing a penguin.
Fluffy Muffy says, I never argue with customers.
No point, really, is there? No point.
And the finish says, I never write a description, just copy and paste the title.
When you're listing on the app, it automatically puts the title in your description, and then you can put more on if you want, or you can just leave it as that.
Jason Coyle says, as a packing slip and a handwritten thank you.
Oh, that is going the extra mile.
It is, yeah. Tonk says, I've never paid to get into a car boot sale.
Bloody hell.
Oliver Ian says, bet you've never left the wife in the car at a boot sale because you didn't want to pay the fee for her to come with you, Tonks.
That's
I had a kip that day.
that's not strictly how it
Yeah,
went.
it is.
It
No,
isn't.
It is.
Because you said, I'm just going to sit here.
No, you didn't want to pay for two of us.
You could have paid for yourself.
I could have paid for myself.
Would you have wanted to pay £8 to get in?
No.
Right. End of conversation.
I did have a kip in the car that morning.
She probably needed a kip, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I never buy one-ply toilet rolls. We do.
Fix It says, I never reply to a message immediately. I count to 10 first. Yeah, have a think about it first.
DB says, I never use fragile tape, even for fragile items.
I don't use it anymore. I used to buy fragile tape, but I don't anymore because I just think it's a challenge to every for that.
Oh, have we got a newbie? Kelvin Groom says,
Hi,
me
Kelvin.
and my wife have started the eBay seller journey.
Oh, nice.
Welcome and
Yeah.
good luck.
Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, good luck. I hope,
We're here every week, 8 p.m. on a Monday night.
I hope it all goes well for you.
Good luck.
Some of you will probably start saying run now, but ignore them. They don't mean it.
Chris is screwed when all the newspapers go online.
Yeah.
Yeah. They will do, won't they? There won't be newspapers anymore.
Calvin goes, oh no, look, they're loving it at the minute, which is great. And Affinity says, I did put a knitting machine on eBay. It wasn't selling, and I realised I'd left the £7.50 charity shop label in the picture. Sold as soon as I cropped it out of the picture for £80.
Oh, that's good. I never put slips or sweets in my parcels. And Goat Jazz says, I never list on my phone. I don't use packing slips, but include a business card. Never sell electrical items or big stuff anymore.
Dickon Williams says, I went to 3 different post offices to post a large letter, and 2 of them said it was a small parcel, but ended up at the 3rd and a pay large letter shop around people. You'd think they'd all have the same.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Bang Bang Duck says, we all start at 0. Never had a problem with 0 feedback.
Peter Ray says, never reply to people on eBay who clearly forget to message on my Facebook or Insta, but use eBay instead.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Rich says, I never swear in responding to rude messages, even though I want to call them a beep, beep, beep,
Yeah,
beep, beep.
Never. Don't do it. Don't risk your account, guys. Never, ever stoop to people's levels. You've always got to remain professional in your messages.
Oh, Kathy never uses the app to list either.
Oh.
And Lisa says they just do photos on the app. Fix It never uses the app to list.
And Joan says, I never use the desktop. She always uses the app. So it's a mixture, isn't it?
Tonk says they never list using the app and never take photos with a phone. Find it way too slow.
Goat Jazz says, I never order from an account with below 99% fee. Really, Goat Jazz? Really?
I very rarely even check.
I don't check. I don't think I check.
Monkey Thrifter says, I never list using the app, just desktop, but might edit or answer messages via the app. Flippin'Hell, I always use the desktop to list. I find I can be more thorough with item specifics and copy and paste blurb from notes. Peter Ray says he never takes photo with a camera, just his phone. Lisa uses a phone, so it's probably 50-50.
50 split.
Reseller Den says, I never go to car boots. I probably should. A 4-year-old gets in the way.
Leave it somewhere.
Santa Claus, I never let children see me get angry.
That's a fair point, being a Santa.
Kathy, I never shop in charity shops.
Never.
Hi, Jilly. Jilly's joined us. Guy King is with us.
Welcome, peeps.
Never-ending story, he said.
This is like the never-ending story, isn't it? JD says, I never pay for sellotape. I pinch it from work.
Don't tell them. Jason says, I will never pay for a reselling course. Jack of all trades says, I never pay extra for next day delivery. Never pay for my boxes. McDonald's give them out for free. Mike and Francis. Oh, hi, Mike and Francis.
Mike and Francis.
Joined us. Matt sells stuff. I never counter an offer if it's half the price or less.
Oh, that's interesting. Hi, Glamours. Hi, Dana. Oh, Dippin's a man. There we go. This is where we're at with the comments.
Hi, Dippin.
We're about 5 minutes behind. Let's try and catch up a bit.
Johnny 40 Courts is in.
Hello. I'm trying to catch up.
A lot of people
Chris-
are just saying hi to everyone.
Chris says, I never spend more, or just as general, never spend more than you can afford to buy stock. Santa says, at flea markets, I never haggle if the seller says an item is $2 or less. If I've asked and they say something is $2, I just hand over it for $2.
Glam says, I never pay full price, even at the thrift stores. Brooke says, never oversell an item. Never oversell an item, avoids disappointment.
Yeah, undersell it. If it's got a bit of damage, like, describe it and go over the description.
Aaron says, I never buy off sellers whose opening line at the car boot is to tell me how much it sells on eBay for.
Yeah, but what if they then gave you a really reasonable price?
Joan says, Chris, I remember you giving that fragile tape advice. I don't use it on the outside of parcels now.
It's only hearsay, isn't it? It's only hearsay. I got no evidence.
Glamour says, I never ship chocolate. Learned that one the hard way. Bills and Moons, I still buy a newspaper most days. The Daily Star covers are collectible.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, did not know that.
Steve's off to bed. Night, Steve. It's 10 to 9. It's getting earlier.
I know.
But he's not been well, has he?
Yeah,
So,
I suppose.
hope you're feeling better soon.
Guzzy says, pay over £1 for a roll of brown tape, but notice the roll recently is the same price, but the roll's getting smaller. That does not surprise me. Yeah. They just charge you the same price, but they sneak a little bit off it. Yeah.
Space Invader said, never gone to list on eBay after this month as I officially retire end of March.
Oh, retirement.
Oh, well, good luck.
Yeah.
Hope you've got some big plans for retirement.
I never shrink wrap my Parcel Force packages because they hit you with a shrink wrap surcharge. Wow. Why?
Probably recycling.
Yeah, it could be, couldn't it?
Plastic or something like that.
I don't know, but then the shrink wrap should stay on until the end user. It shouldn't get removed.
Once Love says, I never try to undercut the other resellers. I'd rather sell something for what it's worth than drag the value down.
Fair enough, yeah.
Fletch One says, never charge customers for extra postage if they are live on our channel.
If they live
on
our channel islands and Ireland.
Right, I couldn't read that. My brain wouldn't read it. Kelly says she takes.
I don't charge extra, by the way. I don't charge extra. If it comes through and it's one of those places, I just take the hit if I need to.
Kelly takes their photos on an iPad. They like the challenge.
Oh, I couldn't cope with that, to be honest, Kelly.
You can never tell where the camera's pointing.
It's too big, isn't it? It's too big and clunky.
Lisa says, I always counter as I don't think eBay like you turning offers down.
Yeah, I normally will always counter most.
Tonk says, I never grab something out of someone's hands at a car boot.
Oh, God, no.
Seen that on YouTube. I'm down to 10%. You told me my percentage would last.
You'll be right.
Lots and lots of hellos and those. We're at the bottom because it's all pretty much hellos. Fixit says, I never pressed accept offer instead of decline offers. Oops, forget that.
Oh, shrink wrapped ones get stuck together. Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Ooh, that's a big thing to have planned. He said he's got his big trip to Tennessee on the 10th of April for 4 weeks.
Lovely.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, that would be good, that.
That sounds amazing. Good luck with that. Jack Waltway says they apply surcharges. The shrink wrap gets stuck to the machinery, so it's in a manual handling. So it's a manual handling surcharge.
Oh.
Peter says I've never won the duck race.
One day, Peter. Peter's a big fan of ducks as well. Maybe the luck will be in tonight, Peter.
Oh, thanks, Santa.
Oh, thank you, Santa. I try never to use a boring number for a super chat. My numbers usually mean something. The mobile app still limits them to XX99 for some strange reason.
And we all know what the 1225 is.
Yes. Thank you so much, Santa. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Very kind of you. Right, what's next?
Okay. Let's do a few thank yous that we always do every week. We are going to say thank you to all our members, and I'm going to go backwards this week. So big thank you to Secret Carper, Tam Bell, Andy Incognito, Brooke, Phil Higginson, Rachel Nash, Chris Smith, Kieran Biddle, Cy, Craig Wood, GT Prelove, Paul Daubney, Glamour's Closet, Matt Selstuff, Yorkshire Mix, and Steve Brano. SB Reselling, Anything Vintage, DB Resells, Dave ABL, Proza, Andrew Milburn, Santa, Soul Steps, The Dave, Fix It for Reselling, The Monkey Thrifter, Lindsay and Alvin, Mick Pace, Sam, Emsden, and Tori. Thank you all so much for your additional channel support, and I hope you enjoy all your member benefits.
We've had 2 more super chats.
Oh,
We've
what?
had Glamour's Closet has sent us a $10 and says, I try to remain as boring as possible. Me too, Glamours.
Glamours, thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
Thank you. That's very nice of
Really
you.
appreciate
And
it, guys.
Infinity Jewel has sent us £2. So thank you very much. That's
Thanks,
very kind
Infinity.
of you.
Yeah.
No explanation on that one.
You could have had your whole sentence up in lights there, but you just didn't put anything in there.
I do like Fix It for Reselling, trying to get us more money from Santa. He said Santa in the UK it would be £25.12.
Oh, thanks for all your super chats.
No, that's really nice. Lisa would like another guest away.
Oh, yeah, we could do that, couldn't we? Yeah, should we do that? Are we ready for the next competition, guys? Because we've hit the bottom.
Before my iPad dies.
Here we go. Let's do it. Wait a minute.
Give me a pen.
Great Scott. I know, this is heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy.
No.
That's your next one. You ready? Right. So, do I need to repeat the rules again for anybody new in the chat? Okay, so anybody can take part in this little game. You have to guess the weight of the item I'm about to show you. It must be in grams. You must put the weight in grams. And you cannot go over the amount. So if you're over, it don't count. You've got to be under, but nearest.
Just what I like Infinity's explanation. They said, haha, no need, just to buy a coffee or something from the stress of reselling.
Oh, thank you, Infinity.
Well, thank you.
That's very kind of you. Appreciate it. There's a right way and a wrong way to express dates. Okay, you ready for this one? You ready for this one? You got to guess the weight of this. And you must be in before I type end in the chat. If it's after that, you are out.
I hate this item.
And you only get one guess.
And I'm tempted to send you the item if you win.
Now, on Rich's live chat today, he was talking about Big Mouth Billy Bass. And this is my Jaws one, which I spoke about in the chat.
I hate it.
I think his head's meant to move. I need to try and fix him. How's he turn it off? It's not going off, babe. I've turned it off.
I hate it.
Right.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Here we go.
God, I hate that bloody thing.
End. So that's it. Closed. Deliberately late guess. Well, Duck Rabbit, you are too late. You are after the end.
All I can say is I've potentially already seen the winner before I go through, because unless anybody can get the exact weight, somebody's only one out.
Ooh, nobody's actually guessed the correct weight on any of these things yet. Is it with or without batteries? Without batteries, Jason, but it's too late now anyway. Have we got a winner? Have we got a winner? The winning amount, well,
Let me get through it.
well, then people can be checking for us, can't they?
I think it's no one's going to get.
No one's going to get that
unless
close,
they
are they?
get the exact amount.
So the actual weight is 677 grams. 677.
And this person guessed 676.
Woo!
And it was Lana.
No way.
Yes, it's a fix this week.
This is a fix, isn't it? Was
Yeah.
she at the start?
676, Lana guessed.
Bloody hell, that was close. Let me try and find a number. Oh, Big Steve will be so proud. I can't even... Oh, there. Yeah. Lana's got it.
She has.
Well done, Lana.
I only had to write 2 numbers down because as soon as I saw that, I thought, right, we're on it here. Santa says VAR confirms Lana as the winner.
Yeah.
Dipping, I was close at 867.
Do you know how hard it is to guess the correct? Well, it's a bit of luck, isn't it, Steve? So, you know, it is hard.
Somebody did the very first show we did, the very first one we did. Somebody got it exact.
Did they?
Yeah.
I just said nobody's ever got it.
No, the very first item we did, someone got the exact weight.
Oh, well, there you go, Steve.
No one's done it since.
It's not difficult, is it, Steve, then?
Lana says, don't you dare send me the Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
See, that was an easy one for me.
Infinity says, I love the guess the weights.
Oh, there you go. Tonk says they were 674. Not far off.
Oh, yeah. Monkey Thrifter got my gift from last week. There you go. You see, the gifts are coming out. The winners get their prizes.
Is that it? We don't have to do that game again.
That's it for tonight on
Thank
the game.
God for that.
Good fun, though, isn't it? You know, I don't understand how you don't like it. It's good.
Well, you can obviously count. What's next on the agenda?
I'll have a little look. Let's see. We're getting to the bottom of the agenda before the duck race, to be honest with you. Anyone got any questions or anything you want to chat about for 10 minutes before the duck race? Put something in the chat, because I'm at the bottom.
Holly Webby says, I call dibs on winning the duck race.
You never know, Ollie. You might win.
I do love Olaf too, especially his In the Summer song. I know. I do like that. Lana is a psychic.
I wonder how many have we got in the duck race tonight?
Oh, Infinity Jewel says, if you press Control and F, you can find the nearest weights.
Oh, somebody else said that last week.
Well, I can't do it on mine because I'm on an iPad, but Lindsay said this, they got our prize on Saturday.
Yeah.
House move news.
House move. Yeah, things are ticking along.
Junie and her fella are in North Wales at the minute, and they put some pictures up on Facebook, and they were literally this far away from our new house. Had I known, I'd have been like,
this far away on the map.
Yeah, on the map. No, they were literally within a stone's throw. And had I known, I'd have been like, this is the address. Go check it out and tell us what you think.
Yeah. So any house move news?
There's only 3 of us in the chain.
Oh, yes.
That's good news. Because the people that are buying ours are from rented, and the people that we're buying from are cash buying an empty property.
So that's good. And our mortgage has been okayed.
Technically, we haven't had the paperwork.
We haven't had the paperwork, but it's on the portal that it's been approved.
But we did find out that the house we're buying has not been registered on land registry, so that's a little bit of
it's a little snag.
Snag at the minute.
Fingers crossed, it's okay.
We've been assured that the people have all their deeds and documents and stuff. So yeah. So hopefully that'll be sorted. But
other than that, it's ticking along, isn't it?
Yeah. Other than that,
are you doing Whatnot this week, says Lisa? That's a good question, Lisa. Yes, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. If you want to come along to Whatnot, this week it's going to be Marvel and DC. So I've got a real mixture. I've got figures, toys. I've got a few T-shirts and stuff like that. Comics as well. So it's all Marvel and DC this week on Wednesday, 7 p.m. on my Whatnot channel.
We've had a few people asking about the move. And then Jason Carl says, a tip for void fill, any graphic designers / sign writers, the backing vinyl graphics is good for it.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Flipping Elsa's car boot season is in full swing next month.
Yeah. I can't wait for the warm weather. I hate this cold weather. I really do.
But to be fair, I was talking to my mum earlier, and for Devon, we've had a really, really long spell of wet weather. This is the longest wetness we've had since we've been down here. It is a bit miserable. Monkey Fisher says, I did put a question earlier. Used DPD for the first time today. Anyone else use them?
I've used them before, Peter, but not that often. Not that often. I've never had a problem with them. And delivery-wise, I've had a few deliveries from them. It's always been good. I always think the tracking is pretty good on DPD. You get really regular updates on tracking.
Geordie says, why do eBay mess so much with the item specific? It kills sales sometimes.
Such a mess.
Infinity says, have I got time to go for a wee before the duck race?
Go.
Quick, run.
Quick. Let us know when you're back. It depends if you're having a number 1 or number 2. And make sure you got enough toilet paper.
No waddling.
You don't want to waddle like a duck.
JD, the eBay reseller, says, have you thought about how you will source items around North Wales? My parents live there and I often go looking around rural and surrounding areas, but it's a bit bleak.
I don't really source at charity shops, to be honest with you, anymore. I go and look for fun. We go around charity shopping, and if I find something for my business, I will buy it. But it's all online on car boots.
They do have some good car boots in the summer months, and the reason we're going back up that way is because we're going to be closer to Manchester. So some of the old Manchester car boots that we used to go to,
I'll probably go to.
Will be in a distance because they were kind of like halfway between Manchester and where we are now.
There'll be times when I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and
Yeah.
I can go to a boot sale back in Manchester and go and see family or
you
something.
go spend the night on Saturday night or something, and then you can do car booting.
Yeah, and there's plenty of options. To be honest with you, I source that much online these days. I buy more online, a lot more online than I do in charity shops. Like charity shops
have a lot of private ones as well.
A lot of private pickups now as well. People contacting me for stuff.
And to be fair, it was rough down here when we first started, wasn't it? Until we got the hang of it. So I'm sure we'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Mike and Francis 164 watching, only 22 likes.
Thank you.
Lindsay Albin said, Chris, how do you spot a fake footy shirt so quickly?
I'll say this straight away. I'm not an expert at fakes, guys. I'm not an expert at fakes. A lot of the time I contact like Darren and, well, it's mainly Darren, to be honest with you. Sometimes a couple of other people to ask their advice on fakes, because fakes nowadays, like the modern fakes from right now that you can buy, are so good. Yeah. It can be very hard. But that Chelsea shirt in that video that you saw, that was a blatant fake. It was so fake, it was unbelievable. But there's the 2 things that I always look at firstly for fakes. Other people will do other things. I look at the badge, the main badge on a shirt, like the embroidered badge, and the neck label. And that'll give you an indication straight away. Because normally when you look at a badge like that, the giveaway signs on it is, if the spacing doesn't look even, like for example on the City badge, you've got that Manchester City going around the top, right? If that's not all perfectly spaced out, you know, like really perfect, and all the stitching perfect, if there's any kind of skew width, like one side's got 1 millimeter gap bigger than the other side, if you see anything like that, that's fake, because that's not how a real badge will look. So I always start with the badge, because that's the obvious thing, and then go to the neck label and then look at other things. But I'm not an expert at fakes. I often ask advice of other people, to be honest with you.
Belle said, Tam says he cannot wait to spend his tenner.
Yes, Wednesday night, come along.
I've spent my money. I spent it on, what's he called? Yeah, but who?
Oh, Closet Geek.
I spent mine on Closet Geek.
Oh, yeah, she's called Banana Bell from now on.
He's still calling me Banana Bell.
He was still calling it. It's so funny. All right, from now on, guys, this is Banana Bell.
Banana Bell.
Flipping hell says my heating was switched off last week. Cheaper bills. Bloody hell. He only just switched it off. We haven't had ours on for ages, have we?
No. Kathy said, don't complain about the rain if you move to Wales, Belle.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine because I expect it in Wales. No, I expect it down here. Tap peddlers use DPD a fair bit.
Would you say that sales are better in boot sale season?
New to this. Well, welcome, 1-1.
Yeah, welcome and good luck. I don't think it's massive amount of difference, to be honest with you.
I suppose it depends if you rely on boot sales to
Yeah.
buy stuff. Like Chris just said, he doesn't rely on boot sales. He likes them for the variety.
I like them. Boot sales give you variety and they give you cheap items with variety. And that's the good thing about boot sales. And you can buy a lot of items in one go, potentially, if you go to a good boot sale. But I'm not sure my sales go massive, maybe up a little bit. But I'm listing all year round, so it's not like there's ever a week when I'm not listing something new. So,
the only difference when boot sale season is here, that's why we end up with lofts full of crap, because he buys that much that he can't actually get through it all. So we end up with a massive backlog. I'm pretty sure half that stuff in the loft is from last year's boot sales.
it probably is.
This week's duck joke. What do you call a duck on drugs?
A quackhead.
A quackhead.
You know what? We've not seen Catan often. Catan, if you're watching, hope you're doing okay, mate. We've not seen you around for a while. But I know he does comment and he does his jokes on to gain entry to the duck race. But I hope Catan's doing well.
He and G, no farting in the loo. The extra wind might blow the ducks off course. Infinity's back. Just number ones, not twos. I heard you from the loo.
Cheers for keeping us updated.
No pressure.
Cheers for keeping us updated. I feel better now.
Gary Dunlop says Bowley in Middleton is back on this week. Can't wait.
Yeah, I've been to that one.
We used to go to that one.
Yeah. Not that often, but I did go a few times.
Kathy says, if you want to see some obvious fakes, watch Global Thrifters Sourcing in Thailand.
Yeah, I saw a bit of that video. I didn't get a chance to watch it all, but I remember they picked up a polo shirt and they're like, oh, I'm not sure if this is real or fake. Well, it was clearly fake. Because, and it's another thing to look out for on the labels in the back of the necks, and this is for anything really, is if the stitching is not perfectly straight, if it's like overstitched or it's wonky, it's not real, because real stuff doesn't get stitched like that.
Clipboard says, does it annoy you when you get negative/neutral feedback when the buyer has never contacted you?
Very annoying. Very annoying.
Tonk says, also look for the holograms like NBA shirts. They often have unique patches. Kathy says, Bowley has so many fakes and rude people. Can't face it.
I've probably been about 3 or 4 times to Bowley. I can't say it sticks out in my mind as being one of the better ones. I would rather go to Burnage Rugby Club or Chelford.
Belle says, I love that nickname.
Banana Bell. That's it. From now on, guys. Can you change your name on here to Banana Bell?
Being Banana Bell.
No, you are. And I want a picture of a banana.
Stop it.
Is there such a thing as Banana Woman?
Oh, it's Banana Man.
I know, but did he have an episode with Banana Woman in it?
I don't think so.
I need a picture of Banana Woman.
Kelly's off night, guys. Break over, back to work. Enjoy
Thanks
your
for being
shift.
here.
Yeah. Laura says, if you ever want to come back and visit, I have a spare room. You're always welcome. Oh, that's so
Yes.
sweet. Thank you. The answer is yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Banana Bell, a new superhero.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason says, I hate it when boot sales clash with the work schedule. Missed 4 in the last few weeks. Oh, that's a bugger, isn't it? What a pain.
Right. Are we going to look at the duck race?
Right. Let's make sure we've got everybody.
Cookie and the Haydens co-starring Banana Bell. The Les Wilkins has joined us. Good evening.
Hi, Les.
Just in time for the duck race, but if you didn't enter in last week or before 8 o'clock, you won't.
That reminds me, why don't you remind people how to enter next week's duck race while I sort this out?
So, for anybody new who's never done the duck race and is sit there thinking, what the hell? The way that you get into this fantastic little...
You're overdoing it.
I know. I was trying to think of some amazing stuff to say to it, but it's not. If you want to join in this rubbish little game, once the live chat has finished, if you go back onto the video and leave a comment, anything you wish. Doesn't have to be. Some people just put duck, quack, or leave a comment. Then you automatically get entered into next week's race. You have all week up until 7:59 before we start on a Monday night, which somebody did this week, and Chris was like,
Yeah, Damien and about 8 other people decided to enter the duck race whilst we were about to go live. And I'm like, how hard is
all
it?
Week.
How hard is it? Get your duck race entries in early.
Oh. So yeah, if you want to be in next week's, come back after we finish the live, leave a comment, and you'll go on next week's duck race.
Yeah, okay, we're ready to go with the duck race, I think.
Have you got your talker?
My talker?
Your speaker?
Megaphone, dear.
That thing, yeah.
Yes, we have.
Vlogs and talks. Don't forget the Banana Splits TV program.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Calling every duck for the duck race. The Hayden's duck race is about to start. Do you want to do it? Do you want me to do it?
You do
Mine's
it.
better than yours anyway.
Yeah, you do it. I think everyone should ask, am I in the duck race this week? No, they shouldn't, Infinity. And if you want banning, you go in the right way.
Duck Rabbit says...
Bang Bang Duck, rubbish little game. How dare you? I sit through over an hour of total nonsense so I can watch the duck race.
Charming.
So does everybody else.
Charming.
Oh, that's funny.
1 says...
leave a comment on the line.
After it's finished,
after it's finished. So not now in the chat. When it's finished...
You can come back.
You can come back to the video and you can put a comment underneath. Stick a comment there.
Scary.
Oliverine, it usually closes before the show starts, Damien. Them is the rules.
Right, here we go. Share the screen. Let's get DuckTales going.
Oh, what's this week's prize?
Oh, this week's prize is courtesy of the Monkey Thrifter. It was that seagull duck
that somebody pulled you up on.
Well, to be honest, we've had all kinds of prizes. It doesn't have to be a duck. It looks a bit like a duck, but it's a seagull. But that is the prize this week from the Monkey Thrifter. So thank you, Peter. Appreciate it. Here we go. Are you ready?
Lorraine says, just tell them how you really feel, Bang Bang.
A stickler for the rules. Right, we are ready to go, guys. All right. Testing 1.
Is your speaker broke?
Testing 1. Testing 1, 2, 3. Not working, babe.
What have you done to it?
Babe, you've broken this.
I haven't
What have you
touched
done to
it. Right now.
Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a bit loud, that, babes. Testing. That's a bit quiet. You messed this up now.
I got it working, didn't I?
Roll up, it's the duck race. Here we go. And we're off. And it's a tight pack at the start of the race. We've got Flogsome Togs and Greg fighting it out at the front of the pack. Or should I say flock. Kimmy Kitty, Jason Coyle now coming up in the middle there. Ali Evans at the top in the Pirates hat. Alan Starbucks, he's off to get a coffee with Emsden. Olivia, Matt Selstuff is now leading the race with Sheriff Roscoe at the bottom, Elaine Parks. What are you doing?
Moving the mic.
Is it too loud?
Deafening people. Go for it.
Olivia in the middle there. Matt Sell Stuff is taking an early lead here. Emsden slightly behind. Lindsay and Alvin just there as well. Prozer's there too. Simon Elliott at the bottom. We've got Helen coming up at the bottom. The multicoloured fluffy duck there. If we look towards the back of the pack, we've got Pat Logan, Heavenly Boots, Richard Payne, Ollie Webber, Olivia is dropped right out of this race now. Tam and Bell coming up with the no, it's a doctor's outfit. Bell's Craft Corner at the bottom is a strawberry. And Elaine Parks now leads the race with a minute to go. Damien DB Resells is also up there, although there's arguments to say whether he should be in the race at all after that late entry. Sarah Tonks now leads with is that a Rudolph duck? Phil Higginson as Dracula now is taking the lead. It's changing hands a lot as we approach the final 30 seconds. Guaz at the top of the screen. We've got Simon Elliott at the bottom. He's just, hanging about there as the old unicorn duck. Guaz now is a naked duck. Guaz is taking the lead. Now, we all know naked ducks have a better chance of winning than any other duck. Kimmy Kitty in the middle. Aaron Sells. We've got Reseller Blueprint. It looks like Simon Elliott with 10 seconds to go. He's got an advantage because of that horn. Possibly is going to allow him to win the race. There's 5 seconds to go. It's not Simon Elliott. Who's it going to be?
It's Janie. It's going to be Janie.
Janie Vu.
Janie Vu.
That's the winner. Janie Vu wins. 76, Kathy.
76.
All right, Janie Vu, you need to message me on Instagram or Facebook. I need your address, please, so I can send it to Monkey Thrifter.
Janie Vu's first win.
Let me put that in here. Janie Vu. Don't forget to message me if I don't hear from you. I can't get your prize sent out.
Turn that bloody quacking off. Woo Woo says, I'm looking out for duck prizes to send us prizes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any duck prizes that people can come across are very much welcomed because it just means it helps us keep the show going, which is fantastic. Lots of people saying they're naked, which is worrying me.
Next week's prize is 2 ducks, courtesy of Lindsay and Alvin. So I'll put a picture out of those during the week so that you know what potentially you're winning.
Infinity says, I think my duck got shot. Peter didn't even see his duck.
Mine is somewhere at the back, stuffing his face with stale bread, says Once Love. Janie's very happy that she won the duck race.
That's fantastic. Yeah, well done, Janie. Literally, you came out of nowhere.
Yeah. That's what happens, though, isn't it, normally? Normally, the person at the front with 10 seconds to go does not win.
Kathy says, when was the last time Chris bought a duck race prize?
Loads of times.
To be fair, I bought an expensive duck race prize last week.
I've got one here.
The extra one.
I've got one here that's waiting to go, but I want something else to go with it, so...
Santa says that was duck race 60.
Oh, big 60
duck
races.
races.
We've done 60 duck races. That's mental, isn't it?
I remember when you did this, it was going to be a one-off. Laura Rao wants that duck.
You want this, Laura?
It's a TY one.
He's called Jake.
Jake the duck. Jake the Drake, it'll be.
What does that mean?
Drake is a duck.
Is it?
It's a male duck.
Oh, right. I never heard of that in my life.
Yes.
We do need to say... Hang on a second. I do need to say that it's putting me off now. We'll bring Chewbacca on in a second. The duck race was not my idea, by the way, for our show. I got the idea from a YouTube channel called The Lamb. And there's a few people in the chat who watch The Lamb. I think Chris Tyler watches The Lamb. And ages ago, I was watching The Lamb show. He's a musician singer, and he does a weekly show where he sings songs and plays guitar and stuff. It's pretty good. And he does a duck race, and I got the idea from him. So it wasn't my idea, but it's turned out to be quite a good idea, hasn't it?
Yeah, people enjoy it.
So I have to give a big shout out to The Lamb. So if you want to go watch The Lamb,
Yeah. Oliverine says 60 and I've won 1. Shocking. Well, some people have won none.
There's lots of people who haven't won any. Right, let's bring Chewbacca on.
Who's also sat in our office, which is quite worrying.
Chewbacca's...
He's got a beard.
Yeah. You've got a weird beard going on, Chewbacca. It should be brown.
You know, this happened the other day on Lindsay and Alvin's show, and I was too scared to go to bed just in case Santa was sat upstairs in the office. I was like, has he really got into the house? Shall I go check?
Did y'all see this one? This went viral, I want to say 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, they're still worth good money here in the UK if you find one of those.
There was a lady here in the States somewhere that found this, and she did a little short video. It was hilarious.
So where have you picked yours up from?
I want to say some toy store. It was either Target or Toys R Us was out of business, so it had to be Target or I'm pretty sure it was Target.
So have you paid full price for it? Then it's not been a sale pickup.
No, my sister, the video just made her crack up. So one of her birthdays back, I bought enough for everyone at the party to have one. So
really,
we went to a restaurant and everyone put these on. We're quite strange. We do weird things, but it was fun.
That's funny.
Yeah, it sounds good. I'm sat here thinking that must not have been cheap if you bought one of them for everyone to wear.
They weren't that expensive. I think they were.
You probably could have resold them and made a profit.
Target was sat there rubbing their hands going, we haven't sold one of them.
This is made for someone without a beard, obviously. So it looks just bizarre with me with a big beard behind it. But if you have a normal size head, I think it's made for kids, probably. My head's just too big for it, but it doesn't take much to amuse me. Very simple. Basically, I'm a 12-year-old.
Aren't we all somewhere deep down inside?
When you stop enjoying things and things quit making you, if you're just upset about things, if you're looking for things to be upset about, there's plenty to be upset about. But if you look for something to be happy about and laugh about, it keeps you young,
What have you got chatting away?
My watch.
Oh, it's Mickey Mouse.
It's $4.25.
Actually,
no, you are very true. People do dwell on the negatives in life way too much, and having a bit of fun and being a bit silly is good for the mental health. That's why Chris sits and rolls his eyes at me so much, because I'm a bit of an idiot.
Mickey, one of the Comic Cons I went to here in Raleigh, I met the guy who does Mickey's voice. Well, I didn't meet him. He was there as a paid personality, but he was very interesting. All the Disney performers are just amazing.
I've just noticed Oliver Ian put Santa shopping for toys seems like cheating to me. All those elves out of a job.
Yeah, that's not right, is it?
We work very closely with all the toy manufacturers just to make sure everything's just right.
There we go. We've got an answer for everything.
He anticipates it, doesn't he? It must be the kids who must ask him some pretty challenging questions.
He's just got that little pot of answers just sat there.
I know.
Throw them out.
I'll have to update my background. It's not quite.
You're a bit
up to date.
You're a bit out there.
I like the way that Laura has put Santa's got the same shelf.
Oh.
That's funny.
That is funny.
You're looking very pale, Santa. You maybe your lighting's not right there today.
Yeah, I think these need some adjusting.
How's everything going your end anyway?
Today was very, very busy at work. I changed the oil in a big engine, 900 kilowatt engine, and it's more work than I normally do in a whole week in one day.
We know you're normally on YouTube channels.
I'm wandering around on top of roofs and things.
I'm getting pretty close to the end of my telephone career, so I need to lower their expectations of what I'm going to do. You know,
You need to ease yourself out of it, ready for retirement. Get yourself ready.
A wise person told me once. He said, "You know, if you're going on vacation, you don't want to. The day you leave, you don't want to be operating at a really high level and then just drop off. It's very stressful. So you want
That's
to
a good point. Yeah.
gradually step down." I do this in preparation for the weekend, actually. So Thursday and then Friday a little bit less.
You mean like getting ready for drinking with Lindsay and Alvin?
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with Andrew.
Kimmy Kitty says they have real duck races in Yarmouth. Well, I used to organise a duck race, Kimmy Kitty. I used to organise the Willow Wood duck race. Whew.
That was fun.
That was a nightmare to organise.
I like Once Love Treasures comment. I've had a hug from a Wookiee and I've had a hug from a fake Santa. Can you imagine a Santa Wookiee hug? It never ceases to amaze me where people's brains go.
Sorry to hijack your stream again.
No, my
wonderful fun.
We'll see you soon.
Nice to see you.
Care.
Take care.
Thank you for your super chat. He's gone.
I like Infinity. Lovable idiot though. Chris, stop rolling your eyes. Yeah. Why are you still with me?
She keeps me on my toes.
Aye. Life would be boring without me and my stupidity. Kathy says, our ducks are 35 to buy. You can then decorate / dress them how you like for the race.
Yeah, we used to do that.
The big ones. We used to have corporate ducks, didn't you?
They were corporate ducks. Yeah, you used to have corporate ducks which were the big ones, which you could dress up, and then you'd have your regular ducks were £1 each.
And you could dress them up.
And you could have deluxe ducks, which were dress up ducks. So then you get a prize for the best dressed duck.
Yeah. Vintage Santa hasn't had much sun in the North Pole. Starting to think we live there too.
Laura, still not letting this go. You got to let it go, Laura. Bring back Santa. He's gone. He's still in the green room, so we'll probably have a chat post show.
Lindsay and Alvin love having Santa on the line. We love it when he pops in here. He's so nice.
Guzzy says my other half is well chuffed she won the duck race. Beaming smile. That's good. I didn't realise you two were together.
See, always full of surprises in this chat.
I bet they only come on together so they get 2 entries into the duck race.
It's only the same as like Tam and Belle.
Yeah, true.
And Alvin and Lindsay and Alvin.
Yeah. Have we seen Emsden tonight?
I think earlier on they were in the chat.
Emsden, if you're there, you've been very quiet tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said hello to them early doors. Right, let's do the.
Yeah. Okay, let's do the.
Let's do the last bit because it's bedtime.
Yes, it is.
Beaming smile, she says. We have reminded you to keep your expectations low with the prices for the duck race, haven't we? No, it's not the duck race price. The duck race prices are amazing. Yeah. I'm getting confused. It's the
This is heavy.
This is heavy prizes. Sharing is caring. Share the love.
I thought you finished.
You have a beaming smile. You've got a good prize.
Don't hit me. Right, it's time. You can put all your links in the chat if you like. Oh, there's Emsem still here. Yeah. Probably working away in the background.
Nina's Tiny Treasure says, oh no, first time in a live and I have no sound. Trust me, you're not missing much. Well, thank you for joining us.
Nina, have you tried turning your volume up?
Shall I slap him for you, Nina? Just tell me. I'm quite happy. I'll slap him.
Right. You can put all your links in if you like. Santa's doing some naughty stuff in the background. I'm just telling you, he's stealing content. I can see what he's doing. I
like this. Jason Coyle says we were tasked for a duck race. River was low, so we had to something. We ended up giving them a helping hand. About 150 ducks were then seen actually taken to the air.
Right, get your links in. You can share. Oh, we need to put a timer on this. Put your links into your channels. Let's get this going. I have to apologize if I've done this channel already. I've forgotten all the spotlight channels. So I'm off the top of my head, I'm going to spotlight these guys.
Nina put, what did you say? We'll watch you tomorrow on repeat.
What?
Nina said, what did you say? I'll watch you tomorrow on
Turn
repeat.
your volume up.
I'll give him. Laura, I said he's Santa poking the beast, Chris.
Yeah. Right, this week's spotlight is for the Tam & Bell Resell, as they are now called. So if you're not subbed to Tam & Bell, please go sub them. These guys put out great videos, lots of charity shop videos in particular, lots of footage in the charity shops, all the kind of things you like to see. And lots of shorts as well. What is that one? Line dancing.
Oh, I like that. You spoke. Pretty cool, actually.
There you go. Tam & Bell is this week's spotlight. Go sub them. They are in the chat now. You can click on their link. I'm sure someone's put a link in there. If you want to go and see Tam line dancing, then please do that.
Still got your music going. Yeah, we've got.
That's it. Finished. That's it for sharing the love. The end.
Loads and loads of links in there for people to go and have a look at.
Brilliant.
We do get a lot of the same links going in, so I'm gonna assume that a lot of people will already be subbed to these. So please, anybody that's sat in there, because we've had like at one point we had like 170 people watching us. If you are people that have channels or Instagrams or anything like that, please do come forward and ask one of the spanners to put a link in. Somebody will find it and stick it in for you. Let's see if we can boost your channels. So yeah. It'd be nice to have some new links in there as well, because I think people are always looking for new content and new things to have a look at, and also it creates links for when you're private buying and stuff, doesn't it? You just never know.
Never know. What's coming up this week on our channel? Right, midweek this week, I'm going to put out a video. I'm not sure which one it is yet. I've got a couple recorded, but look out for a video this week. And then we'll have another one out at the weekend. I'm being very vague about it because I've got 3 or 4 already pre-recorded, so I'm not sure which one I'm going to go for. But as always, there'll be video out midweek and weekend. That is how we do it. There'll also be a live later this week as well, possibly a lunch hour live, possibly a listing live. I'm not sure yet. It's being very, very vague. And don't forget to catch up with me on Whatnot, 7 p.m. on Wednesday. If you have never signed up to Whatnot, and you want a free tenner to spend, then there's a link in the description below. And if you use that link to sign up, you get a tenner to spend, and it also gives me a tenner to spend. So if you've not done that yet, then go do it if you want to. You can't argue at a free tenner, can you?
No, I enjoyed spending mine.
You spent yours, didn't you? You spent yours with Closet Geek.
I did, and I got these.
2 sodas.
I only bought 1, but he kindly sent me 2, which was very nice of him.
And he called you Banana Bell.
And he called me Banana Bell. And I also got a little Batman car in a like model thing in a little case, which I'm going to give to my eldest for his new flat, which I'm sure his fiance will absolutely love. So yeah, I did all right with mine. I think I've still got about £4 to spend. So yeah, I think my things died.
Okay, just in time.
I'm gone.
In time. Right, we are done for this week, guys. Thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you to all the super chats tonight as well. That was very kind of you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you for keeping us going, seeing as Chris's itinerary wasn't very good.
It was a bit empty tonight, wasn't it?
So thanks, guys. We can always rely on you to keep it going. So that was fantastic.
Janie Vu, you need to send me an address. I know Little Steve's and I know Lana's, so I don't need those.
Yeah, little C's not looking forward to his gift now that I said this not very good. So yes, so hope everybody has a good week and a safe week, and we'll see you all next week. Oh no, I won't. I'm on late.
Oh, you're late next week.
So it's him on his own. Sorry. Bye.
Don't forget to enter the duck race when the show finishes.
Yes.
See ya.
See ya.
Thanks very much for watching, really appreciate it. If you want to catch up on another one of my videos, you can try one like this or one like this. They're both good ones. Give it a go, or you can subscribe by pressing this button here. There you go. See you later.